Hello everybody and welcome to Amphlett Reviews, back another Hong Kong content review, continuing on with the Lau Kar-leung series. Finally, I've managed to pick up an extended Blu-ray drive, which goes straight to the laptop, which I'm able to watch my Blu-ray collection, which is great because I've really missed watching these series of movies, and this director is really making a big impact on me in terms of one of my favorites of his time, just consistently delivering these really excellent films, really kick-ass kind of, kung fu, martial arts, different forms of weaponry, and forms-based work, alongside great characters, great storyline, really funny comedy, really great comedy, and a very consistent cast, which I keep on seeing time and time again throughout his films. And it's great to go backwards now and to explore his kind of roots leading up to some of the big players, which I've already discussed on the channel. We're at number 2 now from his filmography, first one being The Spiritual Boxer, and this now is The Challenge of the Masters on the glorious Vol.1 set on the Shaw Brothers Era edition, which is right there, guys, including with the executions from Shaolin, which I'll be reviewing in an upcoming video. So let's not waste any time, guys. Let's just dive straight into Challenge of the Masters.
Father and son, both learning from the same teacher. That should make history.
Challenge of the Masters, released in 1976, directed by Lau Kar-leung, which revolves around a very young and very infamous Wong Fei-hung, which is known infamously and as a historical kind of grandmaster. Someone who's been countless films, including from Jackie Chan to Jet Li. Has one of the most badass, most awesome theme songs ever, which is brings a lot of joy to me as someone who basically second kind of block of films getting into Hong Kong cinema was the Once Upon a Time in China series. That was my first kind of introduction to more kind of serious, more folk tale, more kind of period-based kind of Hong Kong movies that had great action moments and fight scenes, but also had some real interesting kind of historical kind of intrigue and these kind of grand kind of folk tale kind of storylines, these kind of fable stories, and having one of the most badass kind of theme songs has appeared multiple times in different movies, including the Last Hero of China as well, of course, and the Millions Express, where he has a little cameo in that as well. Top of the fantastic soundtrack which we get in the film, that you know what I mean? It's that brilliant kind of score from Once Upon a Time. It's actually in the film, absolutely incredible. Having the knowledge and the foresight to have those movies already watched and already kind of cataloged in my mind. Little did we know at the time this character would become very famous very quickly by Jackie Chan's interpretation and the excellent Drunken Master 1 and 2, which Lau Kar-leung also did later on. Earlier iterations of this character, especially mainly as a younger version, a young pupil that's going to learn the ropes of it essentially, played by Gordon Liu, which is first breakout big role from my understanding, according to the extras on the Shaw Brothers Vol.1 Blu-ray edition. This was kind of made him kind of big and massive overnight. This was a big movie. He did very well in the box office, and Gordon Liu is absolutely fantastic in portraying this character with such grace and such intrigue, and the storyline evolves less about conflicts and more about verses, but more about the philosophical nature of basically learning this kind of craft and learning taking the time and the skill sets to basically become a fighter, but doing it for noble reasons and having a good moral code. And this idea of this version of the character basically hasn't been taught, hasn't been passed down the knowledge from his own father for various kind of reasons. We're not too sure why. And through this action, the master who trained his father is basically willing to take on Wong Fei-hung under his wing. They say, I'm going to take your son for a couple of years. I'm going to go out somewhere. I'm going to teach him the ropes and basically teach him how to fight and defend himself, essentially, which is an interesting kind of, relationship back and forth. The actor who trains him in the film is also really fantastic and seems to be a Lau Kar-leung regular at this point, also appearing in the executions from Shaolin and many of the films prior and after as well. And surprisingly, the film is just very grand, very simple. There's not really huge much to say apart from very standard kind of Shaw Brothers affair. It has the kind of traditional type of stuff you'd like to see in a Shaw Brothers film, but approached in a very different kind of way. It's more spiritual. It's a lot more kind of graceful in terms of the kind of the training sequences, which seems to be the bulk of the film, with the initial kind of going away and kind of learning the skill set, kind of master and kind of pupil kind of relationship, which is really positive. It's a simple story. You actually get Lau Kar-leung as the main bad guy in the film, which I do believe he's on the the actual cover, which is actually quite funny. Yeah, he's right there. This was just pretty cool, and he's the bad guy going around taking the skill sets that he's learned and using it for a very kind of dark mischief kind of manners, and there's a great kind of confrontation that happens within the third act of the film through this. And Challenge of the Masters, really putting it simply, guys, without diving too much into spoilers, is just a really simple, standard affair kind of Shaw Brothers film, but has a bit more of a intrigue in terms of how it's kind of filmed, how it's presented. The characters are really positive. It's a really nice kind of enjoyable kind of experience through these kind of training montage sequences, and the skill sets and the performances are on screen for you. Gordon Liu is absolutely fantastic in this. So is the rest of the cast members of Challenge of the Masters. A great entry in his filmography, and I'm really happy to see it. Great to see kind of the beginning points of his kind of rising kind of filmography. I'm very excited to see the execution of Shaolin alongside many other films. What are your thoughts and opinions on Challenge of the Masters? Please comment down below. What is your favorite Wong Fei-hung performance? Is it Jackie Chan? Is it Jet Li? Is it Gordon Liu? Many interpretations, many different types of films. I've used this character in various different ways. What is your favorite movie? What is your favorite performance? I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions, guys. Please comment down below. So in the meantime, guys, Amphlett Reviews, signing out.